Wait, so this is number 3 from the radicals review, okay? It's P, Q, and R, okay? This will be the last 6 questions, or last 3 of the last 6 questions, okay? So what we're going to take a look at here, the difference between these questions and some of the other stuff we've done, is the presence of a radical in the denominator, okay? And so we don't like having radicals in the denominator, much like don't like having negative exponents. Just as from a formality perspective, we just don't like it. And so the way we deal with that is, if I can reference you back to some of the work that we did in this other question, particularly around when I multiply one radical by another radical with the same radicand, the radicals end up disappearing, right? Because we have, technically what we have there in those pink highlights is 2 to the power of 1/2 multiplied by 2 to the power of 1/2, and because the bases match, I can add the exponents, which inevitably just turn into 1, because 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. So that's the premise behind what we're doing. So if I multiply by, like, I know I'm going to multiply by root 3 in the denominator in order to get rid of that root 3. But much like when we're creating a common denominator, I can't just choose to multiply by root 3. I'm going to need to multiply by root 3 over root 3, right? And so when I do that, that's the equivalent of multiplying by 1, which is how we manipulate this. Okay, and essentially what I'm going to get here is the simplified version is going to be 1 times root 3, which is root 3 over root 3 times root 3 is just 3 in the denominator. Okay, so not a crazy concept, okay? We just don't like having radicals in the denominator, okay? And so we just multiply by the same radical in order to get it to, not cancel out, but get their exponents to add to 1, I suppose, okay? Okay, so I'm going to take root 7 over root 7 here. I'm going to get 2 root 7 over root 7. Oh, sorry, not root 7. The whole point was to get rid of the radical, okay? So you get 2 root 7 over 7. Okay, and then with a question like this one, okay, that's Q. That should be the answer for Q. R, I'm going to multiply by root 3 over root 3 in order to deal with the root 3 in the denominator, okay? And what we're going to see is we're going to get 5 root 15 over 2 times 3, which then could be simplified to be 5 root 15 over 6. Okay, so that is getting rid of radicals in the denominator from a formality perspective. We just don't like it. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.